In this video, we're restoring stock 89 Cherokee wheels. Although we didn't get a good before photo, the clear finish on the wheels was peeling and had to be removed. We're trying these two different types of stripper. This one was from Walmart. It was a little bit cheaper. And then this Rust-Oleum Aircraft one, which was a little more expensive, so we'll see which one works better. We're going to cover this one with plastic, see if we can slow down the evaporation.
This is the Clean Strip brand, which is about half price, and I didn't expect it to work as well. It's a lot thinner, but actually is a lot easier to get on evenly too. Looks like the clear all bubbled up good.
And then this is the Walmart brand one. I think we let it sit a little bit too long. It's starting to harden back up again. So we'll throw another coat on. The clear comes off pretty easy. It's this gray paint in these grooves. It's really hard to get off. We relocated just inside the shop because it started to rain and the water actually deactivates this paint remover. It's time for another coat. This process required a lot of elbow grease. All right, I'm applying my fourth or fifth coat. I don't know, I lost track. So this is getting down to some of the final stages here, and it's just that gray paint in the grooves that's the hardest to get up now, and the best tool we found is this copper brush.
We're using a brass wire brush so we don't make a bunch of scratch marks in it. We have to buff out.
So after he pressure washed, just going back over a few spots that need a little bit more work. We're trying to keep the machine finish as well. We're doing all this work. So went over it with the steel wool and the mothers, and then back over with the Neverdull. These are the tools that we're using for this job. Just cheap paint brushes to apply the paint remover. And this is a copper brush so you don't scratch the aluminum, and also plastic scrapers so that you don't scratch the aluminum. And this fine steel wool. Of course, we talked about how we use the mothers and the Neverdull, and lots of paper towels. One tip is to raise the wheels up so you're not hunched over, and this garbage can worked really good, and then the lid caught all the excess stuff that fell off of it. But yeah, that helps your back a little bit, get it up off the ground. Also, safety glasses are really good because as you're brushing it on and scraping stuff off, the particles are flying all over the place, and I got hit in the face a couple of times, so I was glad I had these on.
I'm using a flop wheel and the drill to clean out the lug nut pockets. I would have been okay just leaving the paint, but it got kind of compromised from the paint stripper, and it's pretty hard to get in there and clean it out. So I'm just cleaning up the flop wheel, and it's not going to be a very visible area, and then we'll get a coat of clear on everything. Weirdest thing, I keep thinking I smell garbage in either this flop wheel or this paint. Smells like hot garbage.
Here's the restored wheel mounted on the General Grabber AT 30 by 950s. And if you'd like to see the suspension lift, check out the video in the link below.
All right, we're finishing up our Jeep XJ wheels. We were pretty lucky. Ours were in pretty good condition, minimal corrosion. Mostly just the clear coat was in bad condition. So with the machine finish these wheels have, if you have to start using abrasive on them to get rid of that corrosion, you almost get stuck polishing the whole wheel or it's going to look inconsistent. But ours had minimal corrosion, so we didn't have to do much, just shine them up. A professional restoration shop would chuck them up in a lathe and remachine them, so that's always an option if you don't mind paying. I was going to originally use a 2-part catalyzed paint. I've got the Spray Max can here. It's got this little button you pull off the stick in the bottom, and it mixes the hardener inside, so it'll get dry whether you use it or not inside the can. It is pretty bad for you to breathe. You want to use proper safety equipment and ventilation. And I was going to do it after the tires were mounted, just so the tire shop didn't mess up the paint. Easy way to mask your tires off on the vehicle is the playing cards here that I bought at the dollar store. So instead of the paint, we're going to give this shark hide metal protectant a try. It's about 40 bucks for a can, so it's not real cheap, but had really good reviews on Amazon. People using it on boats, even in salt water. And so we're going to give that a shot. I think it might be a little more trail friendly. You know, little scratches and nicks and stuff. It won't be chipping off the paint. So hopefully that'll protect it from corrosion. I will update it and let you know how it works out. I went ahead and applied the shark hide protectant to the wheels. It does dull the polished finish a little bit. It's probably pretty comparable though if you had applied just a gloss paint. The rear one here I have applied the shark hide to. The front one I have not. It's probably hard to tell in the video. One nice thing about the shark hide is you can wipe it off with lacquer thinner. It says at any time. So one of them I screwed up spraying it, and I just took a couple paper towels and wiped it off and started over. So if it starts to deteriorate down the road, I can do it again, or I can easily remove it and try something different.